Hello Capricorn, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation, and leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Capricorn, let's see what we have going on. We're going to start with pulling overall energy with oracle cards before we dive into tarot, but let's start with looking at what you guys have been dealing with. What has Capricorn been dealing with in their recent past? I feel like this new round of readings, because every round of readings I always start with Capricorn and then I go through, the energy feels different. It does. And I don't necessarily know how yet, but it feels different than the energy that I've been in. In your recent past, you have acceptance of love with love matters. And this is really interesting because I feel like you've been through a lot in regard to love. Now, it doesn't necessarily just mean romantic connections. That can expand so much further than that. You know, our ability to believe that we are lovable and deserving of good things can expand so much further than just our romantic relationships. It can expand into our career and what we believe that we are deserving of. It can expand into our financial situation, into our just overall experience of joy and peace that we experience. And I feel like with where you've kind of been in your past energy, it feels like there's been a really big lack of what it is that you are truly deserving of. And I feel like that's been something that you've almost gotten really used to. It's like, yeah, I've lacked it, or yeah, like I've never really experienced what I deserve in some area of your life. It could be like in one area, it could be in your life as a whole, but I feel like you've gotten to this point of almost being like, but I'm so used to that lack that I don't know any different, or it's hard for me to believe that things can ever be better, that things can ever be different. And that's where we can kind of become our own worst enemy in a sense, not necessarily intentionally, but almost in the sense that we give up on what it is that we are truly deserving of because we've experienced so much lack that we stop believing that it can happen for us. And I feel like in something that happened in your past, it kind of pushed you to that point almost where you're like, well, I don't even know if anything better can ever really, if I can ever really experience anything better, if anything better can ever really happen for me. So where is Capricorn at in their current energy? Because like I said, things feel a little bit different. I felt a shift in energy. I'm not necessarily sure, like I said, in what way. It feels positive, but let's see here. Current energy for Capricorn. Breakthrough. Okay. That makes sense with the shift that I'm kind of feeling. And then contemplation. Okay. So right now, you're in an energy of a breakthrough, of something, some sort of experience, I feel like, happening within, whether it's about realizing that you are deserving of more, realizing that more is possible for you. I'm not quite sure. And I feel like we'll get a lot more of the detail of what's really happening when we do dive into tarot, because remember, this is just overall energy. But you're in this like contemplation phase of the breakthrough, meaning that things probably aren't super clear yet. You probably don't have a clear direction moving forward. Maybe you're not really even sure where you're going at all, but that's okay, because I feel like the energy that you're in is part of the journey itself. I feel like wherever you're at right now, it's leading you to some form of clarity, like whether that's where to go from here or what the right decision is or what the best kind of path forward is. Like I feel like that's going to become clear sometime soon. But I feel like there's more to it than that. So, and I feel like it has to do with why this is coming through in your past energy. But like I said, we'll definitely get more when we dive into tarot. So what does, accidentally picked the deck upside down. What does Capricorn need to know moving forward regarding their future energy here? It kind of feels like this energy of almost like wanting to give up, like this past energy, like wanting to give up, but then something happening that's like, okay, maybe I don't want to give up, or maybe it is possible, or maybe I can get there, or maybe there is more, maybe the universe is supporting me, like something that kind of brings you back to your path, or I don't know. Okay. What does Capricorn need to know moving forward? I feel like I'm trying to guess too much before pulling cards. Vulnerability with intuition. Clear endeavor. Clear endeavor. Literally, it's like a path opens up here. But with the vulnerability and intuition, this to me means that there is going to be a need to relentlessly follow your intuition. It feels like now is not a time to lean on old belief systems. Now is a time, or I guess this is future energy, but I feel like this is kind of where you're being led to. I feel like this future energy is all about breaking out of these belief systems that have really held you back, and stepping into almost like your power and your potential here. Now, that might come with a lot of uncertainty. And I feel like that's where this vulnerability card is really coming into play. Is it's like you're going to really have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone here. But the path feels so clear that it's almost like, yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty, but there's just this inner knowing of like, but this is it. Like, this is what's meant for me. This is what's right. And I feel like this might seemingly come out of nowhere, but I also feel like this is a result of this breakthrough. So, the spiritual saying, as above, so below, as within, so without, right? As you kind of have these breakthroughs within, as you start to gain clarity on what you're really deserving of, what you're really capable of, what's really possible for you, that starts to trickle down kind of from the 5D into the 3D and starts to actually play out in your life. I mean, you have this adventure card here. So it kind of feels like you're starting some sort of new adventure in your life. And I feel like it probably, it almost feels like it's like a reward for not giving up. Like, that's the best way that I can put it. Is it kind of feels like the universe is like, there have been a lot of reasons that you've had to give up, or that you've had to kind of throw in the towel, but you haven't. You've kept kind of showing up for yourself, even right now when things feel uncertain and things feel like you're not really sure what's going to happen. Like, I feel like you're still trying to show up for you. And then I feel like this kind of, in this future energy, it's like this path opens up. It becomes very clear, but it's very intuitively guided. It's very much a result of, like I said, like relentlessly following your intuition. So it's interesting. That's exciting. It's exciting for sure. You might have no idea what I'm talking about yet, like in terms of what it is. And remember, we're going to get a lot more on this when we dive into tarot. But first, let's look at this overall theme of this reading here. Let's see what we can get to maybe try to tie a little bit more of these messages together. Okay, overall theme of this reading for Capricorn. This is what Capricorn needs to know in order to move forward in alignment with their higher self. No? Okay. I wasn't sure if it wanted to come out or not. Overall theme of this reading, what does Capricorn need to know to move forward in alignment with their higher self? Good fortune and home. So this home card to me always represents like, and especially in this context, I feel like really represents finding where you belong, like essentially finding the path that aligns the most with you, finding that home within yourself, which eventually reflects in your outer environment. It's almost like there's no question about it. Like this is meant for me. This is what I'm here to do, or this is what I'm here to experience. Like it's like your soul recognizes it in some way. And with this good fortune card, I feel like that's where this takes you. It's like it takes you to good fortune because it's like this is what is really meant for you. So I don't know, Capricorn, this is exciting. I feel like this is the shift. It's like the breakthrough is the shift that I'm feeling. Now, maybe this is just for Capricorn, the shift that I'm feeling, and I just felt it really heavily when I stepped into your energy. But I don't know. I feel like there's this kind of overall just, it feels collective, but maybe it's coming through for you guys a little bit more. But like I said, this is the first sign I'm doing for this round of readings, so who knows? All right, Capricorn, let's dive in a little bit deeper. Let's start with looking at this past energy. So the acceptance of love and love matters. Let's see what Capricorn is dealing with in the recent past. I'm like really excited for you guys, and I don't even really know what's happening. It just feels like it's very well deserved. That's for sure. Wherever this is taking you. Now, it's not like a windfall of abundance. That's not what I feel, but it feels like this path to that good fortune. It feels like something really opens up, something becomes clear, a solution appears, a path appears. I don't know. All right. Past energy for Capricorn. No, I felt like it was supposed to come out, but then I second guessed it. I wasn't sure. Okay. Page of Wands. Okay. Seven of Swords. King of Pentacles. So there you are, whether you're male or female, this feels like you showing up in your own energy. Four of Swords in reverse, Nine of Swords. So this is energy of burnout. This is anxiety. This is stressing. Now, here's what's interesting about this is seeing this Page of Wands and this past energy. It almost feels like there were certain decisions that were being made in this past energy coming from this place of, because to me, the Page of Wands really represents like inner child and sometimes even inner child wounding. And sometimes we don't realize how the experiences that we have in our life are a result of what we've been taught is possible. So for instance, when you're born, the only thing that you know is that you exist. And then from there, you experience your life and you internalize beliefs of what's possible for you, what you're deserving of, what you're capable of. And then those beliefs become what you do, what you accept, what you believe is you're essentially like meant to experience. And if you experience a lot of lack early on, or a lot of struggle, or just a lot, which we've all got, trauma, we've all been through things, but when we experience a lot early on, we start to internalize these experiences as almost like the limits for our life. And it's like, well, this must be all that's possible for me, this lack. Yeah, because I said you've experienced a lot of lack, and you experienced it for so long and in so many different forms that it almost is like you started to believe this is all that I can have. This is all that I can experience. This is all that's meant for me. It doesn't get any better than this for me. And no one can blame you for that, because the things that you've been through and the ways that you've internalized those experiences, it's not your fault, right? Like it's not your fault that you've been through a lot. But what I feel this reading is encouraging you to do is to understand that what you've been through is not a reflection of what's possible for you. And I feel like that's what this current energy is about. Now, this past energy is very much, especially with these energies right here, Four of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Swords. And then you have the Seven of Swords too, that's a lot of swords, right, for an earth sign reading. This is very much like I feel like this anxiety and this stress about maybe your safety or your security or your ability to experience good things like led you to this severe level of burnout, almost to this place of wanting, and I said this in the original reading, like wanting, or in the overall energy, like wanting to give up, or like almost getting to this place where you stop believing in your dreams or in the things that you truly deserve. And I feel like a lot of that is because you were spinning your wheels and putting in a lot of effort, and it just felt like things were not coming to fruition. And of course, anyone in that position is going to go, well, that must mean that this can't happen for me. That must mean I'm not good enough. That must mean that it's not possible. That must mean that I'm just not meant to experience, or whatever the case is. But with the Seven of Swords, to me, this is like not having all of the information, not seeing the bigger picture, like almost like there's more to the story than you might think. And, you know, my last round of readings that I did was very much about like not everything being as it seems. And I feel like that is definitely coming through in this past energy for you, almost as if like it feels as if it's not possible, but that's not necessarily true. So I don't know necessarily what this is talking about, but I do feel like in your current energy, this shift is starting to take place. And this shift is starting to take place within you. That's the first step. And I don't know necessarily what's happening or in your life to make this happen, but I do feel like it's pushing you into a path that back here you probably never even thought existed or was possible. But like, I don't know. So let's just keep going. Current energy here for Capricorn contemplation with breakthrough. Has Capricorn been dealing with and their current energy? What does Capricorn need to know about their current energy? No. It's like there's a lot to say, but I feel like whatever guides are present are being very careful with the cards that are being presented, or just ultimately like the way that the messages are being presented. The Page of Cups. Yeah, because this Page of Cups to me is about divine guidance. Your life is being very divinely guided. Whoever I'm speaking to, you need to know that like you're on the right track. I don't necessarily know what that means. Like you're on the right path, you're on the right track. You're headed exactly where you're meant to go. Even if you feel lost, even if you're like, I don't even know if I'm on a track. Like I feel like you are still on the right track. What else does Capricorn need to know about their current energy? Goodness. King of Swords, Six of Wands. This King of Swords is about an energy you're being asked to embody. It's this energy of equanimity. Equanimity is about continuing to maintain faith regardless of your circumstances. And I feel like right now, your circumstances might not be what you want them to be, right? Especially if you're coming out of this energy. Like, you're probably not experiencing the things that you desire. But you're being asked right now to hold on to faith, hold on to hope, and like almost like keep pushing forward in the ways that you, because like going back to what I said, like being on the right path, it feels like this isn't a time to change paths necessarily, but to keep going down this path with the belief that things are going to work out. It's not about changing paths right now. Because this breakthrough, this isn't to me like a breakthrough in terms of like this isn't to me a breakthrough about like something new. Like this doesn't feel like new information necessarily, or like new. It feels like taking, okay, how do I say this? A lot of times to like us, breakthroughs can feel like we're stepping into a new phase, right? But breakthroughs can often mean that you've been in the new phase, but then you start to see the results of it. Because I feel like you've been in this Three of Swords energy for a really long time. I feel like you've been in this energy of of pain and lack and maybe even survival mode. And I feel like you've been really trying to do, I'm speaking to a collective that's been really focusing on the healing, that's been focusing on doing the work, that's been focusing on finding the right path forward for themselves. And I feel like you've been on this path. So this new path that's opening up, this clear endeavor, whatever it is, it's a result of the path you're currently on, which is why I feel like it's not about abandoning your current path. It's almost like the next level. It's like you finish this level, you move to the next level. So right now, it's not a time to second guess, which it doesn't mean you're not going to. It just means don't allow that second guessing to throw you off course. So trying to keep moving forward on the path that you're on and understanding that eventually things are going to change. Eventually you're going to reach that breakthrough, which I feel like the breakthrough is the clear endeavor. It's like breaking, like think of it as like walking in like this forest almost. And it's like this forest leads to wherever you're trying to go. And at the end of this like forest, and it's dark and it's scary in there, and you're not really sure if you're on the right path, and you've lost your map, and you've been hiking for days, and you're like, I don't know. You're in this forest and things are scary. But on the other side of that is like your destination. It's just this beautiful, I feel like this beautiful path that opens up. And I feel like you're in like the middle of kind of those dark woodsy kind of vibe right now. And if you were to change course, you wouldn't get to the breakthrough, like the opening. It's like when you can see the sun again and it's clear and you find a map that's like, okay, I am headed in the right direction. Like right now, I feel like you're in the middle of the woods. And then I feel like as you continue down this path, like this whatever this is, which we'll get clarity on it in a second, but I feel like that's why this King of Swords energy is coming out, which the King of Swords energy, this equanimity energy, is like one of my favorite cards in tarot. I would actually even go as far as to say it's my second favorite card in tarot. And the reason for it is because I believe that equanimity and embodying that is the key to manifestation. It's about really, putting your head down and moving forward with faith despite whatever it feels like in the moment. That doesn't mean ignoring what you're feeling, understanding that you're not where you want to be and things aren't yet, coming to fruition, but that doesn't mean they're not going to. It just means that they haven't yet. And that the only thing that can keep you from the life that you desire, from the results that you desire is giving up on them. Which, again, I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that probably has a lot of reasons to give up. So what does Capricorn need to know about this future energy? And just know, like, you're not alone. That's what I feel like this Page of Cups just came out for, is like, you're being very guided. Like, you might be in the woods and it might be really scary and there's a lot of, animals and you're like, I don't know, like, I'm really safe. But like, you have this protective shield around you. It's like nothing can hurt you. So you're fully, like, you're good to go. Just keep moving forward. And I feel like, then things get really exciting. So let's see. What does Capricorn need to know about this future energy? I feel like my table is looking really crooked in this video today. So if I keep adjusting my table, please just don't mind me. Does Capricorn need to know this immediate future energy? And that's the contemplation. Because you're contemplating maybe either turning around or getting off the path. And that's where, that's why you're being asked for the equanimity. That's why you're being asked to embody the equanimity, is because if it's like, right now is not you could second guess all day long. You're going to second guess. Self-doubt is going to be a natural part of any period of growth. But don't act on that second guessing. Don't act on that self-doubt. Don't act on that questioning whether or not it can happen for you. It's not saying don't do it, because that's not possible. All right, what does Capricorn need to know moving forward? The Empress here. This is a very powerful energy. I don't know, but it's also like it's a calm energy. It's like, and that's the excitement that I feel, is it's not like, oh my gosh, like this is so amazing, all of my dreams came true. It's this like calm excitement, this inner knowing of like, this is it. I'm on the right path. This is where I meant to. I can't believe that I made it here. Like, and then, but it's a journey. It's an adventure, and that adventure is exciting. Because then you have the Knight of Pentacles here. It's one step at a time. Yeah, and then the Ace of Cups, which is like this new opportunity, and it's something that is very aligned. This is very aligned. And I feel like, all about, aligning with what's really meant for you is about showing up for it before it happens, especially when it feels like it's not happening. It makes it all worth it. That's what this is about. It makes it all worth it. The Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords in reverse. Whatever is coming makes everything worth it. I don't know any other way to say it than that. And it's been a long time coming. And I don't know when this is supposed to happen. Remember, these readings, and especially when it comes to like the time frame of them, is going to totally depend on your personal situation. It's not a like, this is going to happen at this day and time. And a lot of it has to do with how much you're willing to keep kind of trucking forward despite the difficulties. But this makes it all worth it. But remember, this is requiring you to relentlessly follow your intuition. And I feel like that's where you're at right now too, is like following your intuition and that inner guidance through that darkness, through that forest, through the unknown, continuing to show up. And then it's like wherever, this is a very calm, it's not a powerful energy in the sense of like, I'm going to take over the world. It's a powerful energy in the sense of like, you're so in control of yourself and you're so sure of where you're headed and who you are. And that's where I feel like this home card really comes into play, is it's like, this is such an aligned opportunity, such an aligned path. And it appears because of your willingness to keep going, despite the darkness, despite the difficulties. So it's good. It's really good, Capricorn. I'm excited for you guys. This is very well deserved. Okay, I'm going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to dive deeper into these energies, focusing on what you can do right now to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So what you can do right now to kind of follow that divine guidance, follow that intuitive guidance. Any information for that is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Capricorn, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Capricorn.